You've repeated the affirmations until your voice grew quiet from repetition. You've visualized your dream life down to the color of the walls, the sound of laughter in your home, the feel of financial ease in your hands. You've set intentions under full moons, journaled your desires at 3 a.m., even felt that unmistakable spark of quantum resonance, the sudden clarity, the tingling up your spine, the deep yes in your chest. And yet, your outer reality remains stubbornly unchanged. The job stays the same, the relationship pattern repeats. The money still feels tight. The sense of unworthiness whispers louder than your vision. You start to wonder, am I broken? Am I not trying hard enough? Is this just not meant for me? But here's the liberating truth. You are not failing. You are simply missing the silent architect of all true manifestation, your nervous system. And until you learn its language, no amount of positive thinking will move reality an inch. Here's why this changes everything. Your conscious mind can say yes all day long. But if your nervous system says no, the quantum field cannot, will not, and does not respond. Why? Because manifestation isn't about what you want. It's about what your body believes it can survive. Your nervous system, the autonomic network that runs your heartbeat, breath, digestion, and stress response, has been quietly running the show since the day you were born. It doesn't read your vision board. It doesn't care about your Pinterest manifestation board. It doesn't negotiate with your affirmations. It only responds to one ancient primal question: is this safe? From your very first breath, your nervous system began mapping the emotional terrain of your world. Was love given freely or withheld as control? Did laughter fill the house, or was silence the safest strategy? Was your voice celebrated or shut down the moment it challenged authority? Every interaction, every glance, every unspoken rule shaped neural pathways that now operate beneath your awareness, filtering every new possibility through a single lens. Will this keep me alive? And so, even if your adult mind is dreaming of deep intimacy, your body might still be braced for abandonment, because once, long ago, vulnerability led to pain. Even if you intellectually believe in abundance, your cells might still vibrate in scarcity, because somewhere in your past, having too much made you a target. Even if you crave creative expression, your breath might shallow at the thought of being seen, because once your truth was met with ridicule or rejection. These aren't blocks, they're survival adaptations, brilliant strategies your nervous system developed to protect you, and until you honor that wisdom, instead of fighting it, you'll keep broadcasting mixed signals to the universe. Now, here's where quantum physics and biology converge in the most profound way. The quantum field doesn't respond to your thoughts. It responds to your state of being. And your state, your vibrational frequency, is not generated by your mind alone. It's produced by your entire neurobiological system. Your heart, your breath, your gut, your hormones, your brainwaves, all singing in either harmony or dissonance. When you're stuck in sympathetic dominance, the fight, flight, or freeze response, your body floods with cortisol and adrenaline. Your pupils dilate, your muscles tense, your breath becomes shallow and rapid. Your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, lights up like a warning siren. In this state, your frequency isn't one of expansion. It's one of contraction, urgency, and threat. No matter how beautifully you visualize wealth, if your body is vibrating in danger, your cells are broadcasting a signal of scarcity, separation, and survival. And the quantum field? It mirrors that. It collapses probabilities that match tension, not trust. But when your nervous system shifts into ventral vagal coherence, the state of safety, connection, and social engagement, everything transforms. Your heart rate variability increases, signaling resilience and adaptability. Your breath deepens, activating the parasympathetic rest and digest system. Your prefrontal cortex, the seat of clarity, creativity, and choice, comes back online. And your heart, which generates the body's strongest electromagnetic field, begins emitting a coherent, wave-like signal, stable, rhythmic, powerful. The HeartMath Institute has measured this. In states of emotional coherence, when you feel gratitude, love, or deep calm, your heart's electromagnetic field becomes so organized it can be detected up to 10 feet from your body. This isn't poetry. It's measurable biophysics. And this coherent field, it literally shapes how you interact with the quantum field bar. Because coherence isn't just inner peace, it's creative power in its purest form. This is why two people can attend the same workshop, read the same book, do the same meditation, and only one experiences real, lasting change. It's not because one is more spiritual or more deserving. It's because one's nervous system was already whispering yes to that possibility. The other, still braced for loss, even while smiling and saying, "I am abundant." You've likely felt this without naming it. That moment sitting by a lake, watching sunlight ripple on the water, when a decision you've agonized over for months suddenly feels obvious. Not because you figured it out, but because your body finally relaxed its grip. That deep sigh after a long cry that brings not sadness, but a strange, quiet clarity, as if your cells just released an old contract. That walk at dawn when the world feels hushed and sacred and a new idea arrives, not as a loud thought, but as a gentle knowing in your bones, like a memory returning home. That's not coincidence. That's your nervous system finally saying, "We're safe enough to try this now." And in that moment, you don't just think a new possibility, you step into it. The quantum field responds instantly, collapsing a new timeline around you. Yet most manifestation teachings completely skip this. They ask you to imagine abundance while your body is braced for lack. They tell you to raise your vibration while your nervous system is screaming danger. They encourage you to act as if, while your gut is coiled in fear. No wonder nothing shifts. You're broadcasting contradictory frequencies. Your mind says, "I am open," but your body says, "Shut down." And the quantum field can't amplify contradiction. It can only respond to coherence. And coherence isn't mental. It's embodied. Think of your nervous system like the soil of a garden. You can plant the most exquisite seed, your intention, your vision, your deepest desire. But if the soil is dry, compacted, or laced with toxins from old wounds, the seed won't take root. No amount of watering with positive thoughts will help if the ground itself resists growth. You can shout abundance into barren dirt all day, and nothing will bloom. So how do you prepare the soil? First, stop fighting your body's wisdom. That knot in your stomach before launching your business. That heaviness in your chest when someone offers you love. That sudden fatigue when success feels close. That's not negative energy. That's not sabotage. That's your nervous system saying, "I need more safety before I can trust this." Honor it. Don't override it with toxic positivity. Don't shame yourself for blocking your blessings. Instead, lean in. Place a hand on your belly, whisper gently, "I see you. We're not in that old danger anymore. We're safe now. We can try." Second, create micro moments of safety, daily, not grand rituals, not hour-long meditations, though those help too. Just 60 seconds of conscious breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Or resting your palms on your heart while recalling a moment you truly felt held by a friend, a pet, nature, even your younger self, or humming softly, a proven vagus nerve stimulator that instantly calms the threat response. These aren't woo-woo, they're neurobiological resets, and over time they retrain your nervous system to believe expansion is safe, receiving is safe, being seen is safe, being loved is safe. Third, let resonance, not urgency, guide your choices. If a desired future feels exciting but your shoulders tense, your jaw clenches, or your breath catches, don't push through. Pause, ask gently, what part of me feels unsafe here? Then don't argue with it. Don't try to convince it, just be with it. Offer presence, not persuasion. Because here's what quantum biology reveals. Observation collapses probability, but only when the observer is in a state of coherence. And coherence begins in the body. not the mind. When your nervous system feels safe, your entire field stabilizes. Your thoughts, emotions, and energy align, not through willpower, but through biological trust. And in that state, manifestation isn't something you do. It's something that flows through you, effortless, inevitable, elegant. This explains why the biggest shifts often happen after periods of inner stillness, not during intense striving. You weren't doing nothing. You were rewiring your safety blueprint. One breath, one moment of self-holding at a time, and the moment your nervous system whispered go, reality rearranged itself, sometimes overnight. Think of the woman who finally leaves a toxic job, not because she got a better offer, but because one morning she looked in the mirror and felt her worth in her bones, not just in her mind. Or the man who attracts deep reciprocal love, not after chasing it, but after learning to hold himself with the tenderness he once sought from others. Or the artist who finally shares their work, not because they got confident, but because their nervous system stopped equating visibility with danger. That's not luck, that's nervous system alignment. So, if you've been wondering why your intentions haven't landed, don't blame your focus, don't doubt your worth, don't assume you're not vibrating high enough. Ask instead, is my body ready to live this life? Because your mind can imagine a new reality, but only your nervous system can inhabit it. And until it says yes, reality will keep reflecting the world that once kept you safe, not the one that sets you free. This is especially crucial in our modern world. We live in a culture that glorifies hustle, override, and mind over matter. We're taught to power through discomfort, to silence our bodies, to treat rest as laziness, softness as weakness. But your nervous system doesn't speak the language of productivity. It speaks the language of safety, rhythm, and connection. It's listening right now to the tone of your voice as you speak to yourself, to the pace of your breath as you scroll, work, worry, to the quality of your attention, scattered or steady, frantic or calm. So pause. Right now, place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Feel the warmth beneath your palms. Breathe in slowly through your nose and exhale longer through your mouth. Feel that? That subtle shift? The softening in your chest? The grounding in your feet? That's not just relaxation, that's your nervous system leaning toward yes. And every time you do this, every time you choose presence over pressure, softness over force, compassion over criticism, you're not just calming yourself, you're tuning your quantum antenna. You're signaling to the field, I am ready, I am safe, bring it. And when that signal is clear, steady, and embodied, not a hope, not a wish, but a biological truth, reality has no choice but to respond, not because you forced it, not because you deserved it more, but because at last you came home to yourself. And in that homecoming, you don't just manifest a new life, you become a living frequency of it. And the world? It can't help but mirror back the truth you now carry in your cells. So don't rush the shift, don't shame the hesitation, just keep returning to your breath, to your body, to the quiet wisdom that's been waiting beneath the noise all along. Because the moment your nervous system says yes, everything changes, not with fireworks, not with drama, but with a quiet certainty, completely.